For this design that you're making, this is a cool little hanging. It does kind of look like an ornament, but it could be for your door or in your bedroom or in the window. So the cool thing about this project is the shininess of the foil. And that's what we're just doing something different than we would do on paper. So you can get an old cereal box, or you could use a piece of regular cardboard and just get some sort of tracer. Ours is a big cup that we actually use for paint water, or you could use really anything, a lid of something, sour cream, whatever. And then you're gonna cut this out. So take your scissors, cut around that, and then you have, voila, look at that. It's like a cooking show. Then you have your circle already. And Tessa's gonna show us the hot glue version of this. So you could do a letter like I did, or you could just do a design. She's gonna do hers in hot glue and just show you while I'm doing mine with yarn, because I know not everyone has hot glue. Not everyone feels comfortable using it. So if you don't, you can use your Elmer's glue that I already have. So Tess, you can go ahead and get started with whatever you wanna do. And I am going to actually do a heart in the middle of mine. And what I'm gonna do on top of this, now you might say, well, why can't I just let that dry? Because it doesn't dry as well bumped up like hot glue does. The Elmer's glue doesn't. It does a little bit, but we want it to kind of stick up to have that texture of, whoops, I'm just gonna kind of make this a little smaller heart. We want it to have a bumpy texture. And third graders did a project like this already, kind of. They did leaf prints in the fall. They put leaves under their foil, and then we did a little bit of a different technique than this, but it was still fun. So anyway, you can keep going with other strings coming out of that. You can make them curve. I'm just gonna make mine nice and simple since we don't want to take up too much of your time while we're showing you this. I'm just gonna make mine nice and simple. Then when you have this all completed, you'll actually let that dry. You'll let your Elmer's glue dry, let your hot glue dry, because it does take some time. And especially the Elmer's glue, it takes a lot longer. I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna give it a haircut afterward. And I'm gonna make this a straight line instead of a curvy line. See, you can kind of fix your design as you go with it. Just gonna cut a few of these snips and then I'll end up giving Mr. Hart here a haircut. Probably like a lot of you guys need a haircut. Mrs. Benko needs a haircut too. Unfortunately, they are not able to work, but hopefully very soon. Okay, so there is this guy, and I'm gonna trim around the edges, because then what I would do is wrap it in foil. Is yours not working right, Tess?
It's just hard because the glue gun is smaller than I used to.
Yeah, we usually have a bigger hot glue gun. Do you want some help?
I think I'm good.
Okay. So then, after this is dry, you will wrap it with your foil. I'm gonna do mine right now because I don't wanna make you wait. So you're gonna wrap it with your foil, just kinda like you would wrap a present, I guess, only you don't really have to use tape. You could, if you really want it to stay. That might be a smarter idea. And then you're just gonna take your fingers to press down. Now this is again why you would want your glue to dry, because I probably could move my yarn around and I don't really want to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna press that yarn down all around it, press my finger inside the heart, and then I just begin coloring the different shapes with Sharpie. So I've got another one there for Tess, and then I poked my thing at the end. I poked my hole at the very end. You could do it now if you wanted to, but I waited on this one. I waited till I was done coloring, and then I did it at the end. So now we're gonna color this, and we'll speed this up for you, so that way you'll be able to see what it looks like in the end. All right, have fun, guys. Hey guys, we're back and I wanted to show you really quick. If you did not want to make a hanging of any sort, you can just make yours a flat square that maybe just sits or hangs on the wall. So I did some of those with hot glue, and then this is one that dried earlier. So again, if you wanted to go that route, this is a little bit less complicated, to be honest. You just do the glue and then you're gonna wrap it around. And Tessa asked me earlier, what side do you wrap it? So you'll notice between the two of these, this is more of a matte, which means it's not as shiny. Hopefully you can see that in this light. And this one's a lot shinier, isn't it? So you do want the shiny side to be out. So I'm gonna put this upside down. And then when I wrap this guy around there, I'm not very fancy with my wrapping because I'm trying to hurry. But you guys will take your time, I know that. So when I turn this over, you'll see the shiny part on there. But you could do this simple square, hang it on the wall, or lean it against something in your room or whatever, or you could do this more of a hanging style. And then again, you would do that same thing with this one. Got my matte side that's gonna go underneath. Uh-oh, I didn't measure this very good. That's okay. That's okay, because art is a process. So we all mess up. And I would tape that, tape it under, press this down, and then I would start to color. So see how the yarn does the same thing as your hot glue? You just kind of want that bump so it almost looks like stained glass windows. See how this kind of looks like stained glass windows? So then we'll go ahead and get started coloring in between. You ready, Tess?
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke. Here is Tessa's finished product. She glued two of them back to back and hung them from her ceiling fan. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you have any questions.